Ready to sell your cleaning business? Hey, Steve here with the Janitorial Store, the channel where we help cleaning business owners scale their businesses with systems and controls. Well, are you ready to sell your business? You might be. What happens typically is when a person decides to sell their business, they're typically not ready for it, meaning that they don't have systems and controls in place, and they don't have the right people on the team. So what they have to do is they'll have to take some time to get all these things in line before they can actually put their business up for sale. And in many cases, that's typically about a three-year time period. So that's the very first thing that you want to do is once you decide that you're going to sell, you're going to have to make sure that you have your systems and controls in place and your team in place. Without those three things, you really don't have much to sell. You have to remember that people that are out there buying, the buyers or investors, they're looking for companies that they can purchase that is making a profit. They don't want to buy a job. If that's the case, typically if you don't have those things in place, the price of your business actually went down. So it really pays for you to put in some work and make sure you put your systems and controls in place and build a great team. Because all that does is it just increases the multiplier for your cleaning business. It's a fact. So that's the first thing you have to do. When you decide to sell, make sure you got your systems and controls in place and make sure you have a great team. You have to make sure that people are in the right seat on the bus, because the business has to be able to be run without you. And that's really a good test. Go ahead and take a month off one time and see how your business does. Your business should continue to run as it normally would with you there and continue to grow. If it's not doing those things, then you have a lot more work to do. But in any case, when you finally decide that you're going to sell, we have to decide on who we're going to sell to. Well, the first thing to do is take a look at your competitors. Your competitors are generally companies that are larger than you, smaller than you, and in some cases they may be looking to expand. Let's say you're doing $500,000 in sales, and you decide to sell your cleaning business. Well, that's the thing is that other companies your size are in some cases looking to purchase other companies. Typically, you'll see that once you hit $1 million in revenue, those are the companies that doing $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. They're going to start looking at other companies to buy. So think about that as you think about your competitors. Who is your competitor that's doing that range of revenue? Anywhere from, I would say, $2 million to $5 million. Those are the people that you want to talk to. And hopefully over the years you built a good relationship with them and not just snubbed them off thinking that, oh, they're our competitor and oh my gosh, we don't want to let them see what we're doing. Hopefully you didn't do that, because building good relationships with your competitors is a great way for you to build your business. So that's the first thing you got to do is you got to find a buyer. Go to your competitors. There may be other people that are investors and other buying groups that may be interested in buying your business as an investment. So that could be another route you could take. But in either case, no matter who you go to, it could be a competitor or investment group or whatever, you want to make sure that they sign a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA. Very, very important. You don't want to start telling people, giving information about your business without them signing a non-disclosure agreement. Because things that you're going to share with them are proprietary things to your business. So that'd be the first step. Find a buyer, have them, if they're interested, have them sign an NDA, and then then the conversation will start. From there, you're going to start sharing your information about your business. How much revenue you're making, how much profit do you have, how much gross profit do you make, how many employees do you have, what's your turnover rate. Those are all the things that people are going to want. They're going to want a lot more information. I'm only touching the surface. as far as the information in this video on if you're going to be if you're ready to sell your business. But that's the thing, is that you got to be prepared that they're going to ask you for 3 years of taxes. They want to look at your books for the last 3 years. They might ask for 5 years, but be prepared, because in either case, you want to have that information. You want to make sure that that information is accurate. Because they're going to be looking at your taxes, because they want to know how much money you actually made, how much money you actually put in your pocket. Because that's really any buyer is only interested in exactly that. They're interested in the profit. If you're not a profitable company, it's going to be very difficult for you to sell your business. So that's very important. And like I say, if you are not a profitable company right now, then have a 3-year plan to change things and turn things around to where you are a very profitable company. Like I say, that changes the multiplier in which you can get for your business, what your business is worth. So get the NDA signed, and then what happens is, when you got somebody that's actually interested, to purchase your business, after doing their due diligence, they'll actually create a letter of intent. And the letter of intent is actually a letter that's just going to say that they're interested in buying your business for X amount of dollars and a few other details. But that's what they'll do. So the buyer will give you a letter of intent. You can review it, have your attorney review it, make sure that everything's correct, and then go on to your next step. Now, if you guys all approve or agree on the letter of intent, well, then the buyer can go ahead and work out a purchase agreement. They can create a purchase agreement, and within that purchase agreement or that contract, it's going to outline everything that you guys discussed as far as the sale of the business. What they get for the price, and so on and so forth. Because you may have in there that you're going to sell your business for $500,000, and you're going to do 50% down, 50% cash down, and then you'll carry 50%. So then you'll agree on a percentage of interest that you'll charge them. They may also come back to you and say, well, we're going to want to hold back after the first 12 months, and that may be a percentage of that sale price based off of any accounts that they lose. Now, one thing you have to remember, though, is if they're coming to you with a holdback, make sure you fully understand what that is. And essentially what it is that they're going to say that they're going to hold back X percent of the purchase price based off of any accounts that they lose. Now, the one thing you have to do is have it set up in your purchase agreement that's fine, as long as they can show proof that they didn't lose any clients due to no fault of their own. Meaning that they actually managed the accounts the way that you've been managing them for years, took care of the clients, and the client just decided to move on. So that's no fault of their own. But on the flip side of that, if they had been losing customers, let's say they lost 15% of your customers, and it was because of the poor management. That happens. I've seen it happen many times. So in that case there, they can't prove that they actually lost the accounts due to no fault of their own, because it was poor management within their company that caused the issue. So make sure that you take a good look at any holdbacks, and you can either just say that you don't want to have any at all, because a holdback is just a strategy for the buyer to reduce the price of your business. That's essentially all that is. So keep that in mind. But once you put everything together and everybody's happy about the purchase agreement, the transfer of the business, you worked out how the payment's going to happen, you've come up with a closing date. On that closing date, you're going to close on the first of the month at 11:30 a.m. During that time, then what would happen is that the buyer would send you a check through a wire. That's what the best way to do it is just do it through a wire, so they're actually depositing that money right into your bank account. There is no physical check or anything like that. So during that time, they'd send you a wire for $250,000. that would be deposited in your bank account, and then from moving forward they'd be making monthly payments to you. And because you've already discussed what the interest rate will be on that payment, that's all taken care of. So now for the next 3 years or whatever period of time it is that you've got an income coming in, $1,500 a month or $2,000 a month or whatever that number is. But you've worked that all out within the purchase agreement. Now you also have your transition period, and during this period of time, that's where you're going to be turning over the business to the new owners. And during that time, now you normally would not be collecting any salary or anything, because it's just your normal transition period. But let's say the new owners are asking you to help manage the business or do something above and beyond to help them keep things moving. In some cases, some new owners will actually offer the old business owner a position as a manager or something to continue to run the business. So that might happen. If they do that, they'll pay you a salary. But otherwise, during this transition period, it could be 3 months, could be a year. It really varies, but that's all what you've worked out, in your purchase agreement of what that looks like. But once you get that done, then let's say it's 3 months. Then once the 3 months is expired, then you're done. You're more than likely going to have to sign a non-compete. Your non-compete can be pretty tough. It could be a multi-state non-compete. To where you can't open any commercial cleaning business or residential cleaning business, or whatever. So that's all worked out in your purchase agreement. But after the transition period, you're done. Now you move on to your next adventure. Now either you might start another cleaning company in the other side of the country. That may be all fine and good. Or you might not even do the cleaning business at all. You might do something different. You might retire. Who knows? But once that transition period's done, now you're done, and the business is theirs, and they'll hopefully take care of it and continue to run it and build it and grow it, and everybody will be happy. So those are the things that you got to think about when you're ready to sell your cleaning business. It's just not one of these things that you just wake up one day and say, okay, I want to sell. And not have a plan in place, because like I say, you could do that. You could just wake up and say, okay, I'm going to sell my business and then sell it for little or nothing, but you don't want to do that. Make sure you put a plan together and make sure that you maximize the return on your investment for working so hard all those years. Now here's something too I want to put in before I end this video, is that when you do sell your business, you can, in some cases, you can sell the accounts. And just the accounts, not the equipment and things like that. But so it's an option. So, but when you do that, normally you're going to see that it could be 1 to 3 times the monthly revenue, to purchase that account. And and if you decide to put a team of cleaners in there, you can actually increase that multiple there too. But there's a number of different things that you can do when you sell your business. The main thing is if you think you're ready, take the time to make a plan and implement that plan to where when you're ready to make a phone call to talk to somebody about selling your business. And hopefully you'll get multiple offers like I have. I've sold multiple companies, and each time I've had multiple offers. And the reason for that is because I've had systems and controls in place and a great team. So keep that in mind, because it's a nice little payday. Now, and before I close, here's something I want to share that I've never seen anybody ever talk about this. But when you sell your business, the buyer has a price, $500,000. Well, that's the price that they know that they have. That's the number that they have. Well, the seller actually has a different number. And that number is actually a lot higher. Can be a lot higher. So if you're selling a 6-digit business, $500,000, that's what the buyer's going to pay. But the seller can actually walk away with a 7-figure deal, because the one thing you have to remember is if you're a very, very profitable company and you can wrap that profit into your business to where when you sell it, you take all the money with you. You know, and so it's a great thing. So you can do a 6-figure deal to sell your business and walk away with a 7 figures in money, in cash. So something to think about. You know, we've done that a few times, and it's you know, it's pretty cool. So hopefully you got something from this. So when you're ready to sell your business, you can look at this video, and if you did, you know, go ahead and click on the like button. And if you haven't already, make sure you click on that subscribe button to learn more about how to build a successful cleaning business. So until next time, keep it clean out there.